Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokémon FireRed. So I decided to switch back to the other microphone. The one at my new headset is fairly good, but it doesn't have a pop filter, and while it definitely does sound better than all my other headset microphones, the proper recording one I have is still better, so that's what you're hearing right now. And as for what I'm doing, I am in the mansion in Celadon City, I believe. And I think on the second or third floor we should be getting something... possibly third floor. Because there's still a city we haven't accessed yet, and I believe this might be where we're getting the item required. Let's talk to these people. I think they're not really relevant. Okay, that's a graphic artist. Yeah, I think these were the developers kind of putting themselves into the game. But I believe somewhere in here is an old lady. And I do not know where. None of this looks like an old lady. And yeah, I don't know what this is. No idea why they put this here. This is a sign that's Game Freak meeting room. Okay. So again, the developers kind of put themselves into the game. I'm not sure if this is directly taken from the original or not, but well, apparently it's true. It's there. Okay, this is the old lady. You shouldn't spend all your money on drinks. Ta-da! We get tea. I don't know from which point onwards you can get this tea. It might have been quite a while. As I said, the originals solved that slightly differently, so I'm not too familiar with this tea nonsense. Anyway, let's go in here. Oh, that tea. It looks awfully tasty. Huh? I can have this drink? Gee, thanks. If you want to go to Saffron City, you can go on through. I'll share this tea with the other guards. So that explains why all of the guards are now going to let us pass. But there are things slightly wrong in this city. Oh dear, there's a rocket in front of that house, and in front of that one. And in front of the gym even. I mean, we can go into the fighting dojo, which is sort of like a gym, but we don't get the badge from there. Luckily the Poké Center is actually free, so I think we may need to enter and leave that once for this to become a viable location to fly to. I think all things considered, where am I even going yet? We might as well do the dojo first, because why not? You're trespassing in our fighting dojo. Okay, sorry, I just had to get a piece of paper. Okay. We should not have any trouble with this area. Wing attack. Obviously they do have fighting Pokemon, and they will get slightly stronger than level 31, but not by that much, so we will be fine. Not to mention I have Charizard, who knows a flying attack, Dragonite knows a flying attack, Pidgeot obviously knows flying attacks, so... And then there's Alakazam, who knows psychic attacks, so I really won't be struggling with this gym at all. And the next one should aggro right away as well. Just going through this now. Coming up later, I guess, is going to be one of the most lengthy and I guess somewhat annoying quote-unquote dungeons in the game, which we will be spending a fair amount of time in. So the way I'll handle that is again like the backtracking from Fuchsia City. Oh, didn't mean to change Pokemon. And I will basically mark these episodes or parts or whatever as optional, because I will be doing it all and showing it all and getting all the items and such, but there's not going to be any actual meaningful progress. So yeah, let's do that again. 2 more guys. You shatter boulders for training every day. Fair enough. But all you have is a Primeape. Which is now dead. And 2 more enemies or trainers, I guess, to fight. I'm very much in a sort of general RPG mindset, so this is a children's game, which means it's not enemies and it's not dying and it's not killing. So, but these are the phrases I think in when thinking about an RPG. I don't feint an enemy. I don't defeat them. I kill them. I guess defeat is fine, but yeah, I fight enemies and I beat them and eventually kill them. And in this you just kind of practice fight or something. It's all in the sporting spirit, blah de blah de blah, because it's a game for children, primarily. Though I can still enjoy the RPG aspects of it, because it's actually quite a good RPG in well, in terms of the whole, you know, leveling, getting experience, choosing your abilities and all that, those are very RPG-like features. Even though, of course, you're not really role-playing, you're following a very strict path, and your own character is very determined by the game, so you're not actually role-playing anything. It's just the gameplay kind of goes in that general direction. Yeah, why not Flamethrower? He will have a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan. I think those names come from Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. And there's just those are just 2, I guess, iconic fighting Pokemon from the first generation. One of them being a kicking kind and one of them being a punching kind. And there we go. We now get as a reward one of these 2 Pokemon. One of them is a Hitmonlee, the other is a Hitmonchan. I don't really care which one I get, so I guess it's going to be Hitmonchan. Which is not going to get a nickname. And we do not get the second one, sadly. So, again, you only get one of these per playthrough, so... yeah. I guess it's up to you to decide which one. If you want both, you're going to have to start another playthrough and get them there. Or trade them over from a friend, of course. Which, again, if you've got someone else who intends to play these games, it's best to organize it so that you have the different version. One of you has Leaf Green, the other one should have FireRed. And then you can just kind of trade along and get a much greater Pokemon diversity. Anyway, this guy is not blocking the path anymore. I don't know if he ever was, but we can go in anyway. And this is the Silphco headquarters. Okay, and I'm just going to show you how to go about this sort of quickly. But I will then basically go through the entire thing and do everything. But what you want to do first is head to level 5. We then want to go to the left and fight this scientist guy. We don't technically have to, but we might as well. And basically there's a lot of locked doors in this place, and there's an item which you get eventually which allows you to open those doors. And what I'm showing you now is basically the fastest way to get to that item. Fine, let's just stick to Charizard for all those steel types. Okay, against the coughing, might as well go with Pidgeot. I don't have a type advantage here, but I also don't have a disadvantage, so I should be able to deal with this just because of my 25 levels advantage. And this time I'm using Fly, which is more powerful, because Wheezing actually is somewhat tanky and has a fair amount of HP. And a Wing Attack might not have been enough. I'm not sure, it might well have, but I'd rather use my more powerful attack in that case, basically. Okay, so now we go down and we fight this guy. Again, you can avoid this, but I'm not really worried about the trainers. I can handle anything that this dungeon can throw at me, so might as well. Oh, you've intimidated Charizard. Well, that's gonna help you. Not. This episode's going to be very short, because I'm going to cut it separate from the sort of optional bits of the game, or optional bits of this dungeon. And yeah, this is one of those doors which needs a card key. We can't get in there yet, so it's all closed. And what we do now is go here, and go straight back. And that way we can basically get to this area down here. And when you know it, it's the card key. And this basically opens up the rest of this place to us. Luckily you can sprint in here, that's a very nice addition. We will now take the elevator back to the, I think, second floor. And because we can now open all the doors, basically everything in this place is accessible to us. And I will cut here. And I hope you enjoyed this very short episode, but you maybe found it helpful anyway. So, next episode or two is going to be just me going through this dungeon, killing and getting everything. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.